Page 32, A Night in Moscow. A very famous melody. It's a nice waltz, 3 or 4 time waltz. 2 flats, you're either in B flat major or G minor. Well, I'll save you some time. If you look at the last chord, it's G minor. We're in G minor. However, this is a happy piece. See, I had someone comment or something on a Christmas piece. This isn't a happy piece, this is a sad piece because it's in minor. That's not necessarily true. Just because it's in minor doesn't automatically make it sad. That would be like saying, well, if it's in major, it's automatically happy. No, you can have sad and happy in either one. It's just most of the time, if it's minor, it's going to be a little sadder. Doesn't have to be. This is a happy piece, and it's in G minor. So there you are. Pretty straightforward as far as things go. You just follow their fingering. Try and connect these notes. Second line is 2-4. Watch the fingering. And I do a 2-5 here. This is the second line, third major. Okay. You're coming off. I do that. If your hand's big enough. If not, you got to do that. I prefer not to. I'm going to do a 2-5 and then a 2-4. 3 is more comfortable, but I'm saving that for this. So if you can, do a 2-4, and that way you can connect it all. And then going on, I do a 3-2. Third line down, second and third measures. That B is tied. And you're wondering why? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Let me explain something about piano playing. And arranging for piano, if you're into that. The melody is this. We'd like this harmony, the B flat is part of the harmony. I want to connect the melody. I can't connect it if I'm going to include the B flat in the harmony. Because I got to play it again. That ruins it, and I've seen a lot of arrangements, they've done that. So what you do is you tie it, and that's what I typically do when I run across this in an arrangement, and they've done this, I just tie the note, because then I can connect it. It's there. And that's, in my opinion, that's what's happening here. Watch out on the next to the last line, the 8th notes first. 1, 2, 1. And then you're going to go out, but the black notes and white notes don't line up because you got here, here. So watch out. Just make sure you can do that all smooth. I go a little fast, but you go your speed. Again, the last measure of that next to the last line, I'm going to finger it the same way I did the second line. 2, 5. Is my impression of it. As far as the articulation goes, you're just lifting up between the slurs, and the left hand gets chuck chucks. Chuck chuck Don't make them real short. Just separate them. The right hand. I suggest you just lift up between the phrases. Now you have to lift up on the repeated notes, but that's not really the same feeling. A sentence, the end of the first line, that's a pickup to the next phrase. Now lift up. All that's together. Now lift up. So lift up in the right hand between the phrases. Dynamics to the melody, which is the right hand. Whatever you think moderately loud is. Keep this left hand soft. And you're staying basically there, but get to know it well enough that you can feel it. You're getting into the music, and you can get a little louder and softer as you feel it. It's like when you end a phrase, shape a phrase, you come down a little bit at the end of a phrase. At the last two measures of the first line, I might want to come down, and then I can start again. Come down. Doesn't work all the time, but the idea is maybe experiment and try it out and see if you like it. So you can get a little louder and softer as you feel the melody. Keep the left hand in the background. Speed, well, allegretto again. It's between moderato and allegro. I call it the fun speed. When I see something in allegretto, I immediately think this is going to be fun, or the piece wants to sound fun. You'll have to decide what you think allegretto. To me, this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. That's fine for me. Yeah. You might like it a little faster and slower than that. All right. They put a repeat sign at the end, which means you play the whole thing again. But there's a note at the bottom, so the right hand an octave higher for the first 8 measures, including the pickup measure. I'll just simplify that a little bit, and I'll say make the right hand a lot higher for the first 2 phrases. Well, the second phrase ends in the second line with a dotted half note. There. So you're going to play the left hand up here, or the right hand. Did I say left hand higher? It's right hand higher. Yeah, left, right, I don't know. But in the second line, when you then lift up and come down. And if you want, you can use thumb for the first note if you want, because you're up here, and thumb's closer. For that. Now they've added pedal. You don't need pedal, but the pedal will add the overtones. It adds color to it. That's kind of nice. And you can pedal it. I've got some suggestions on the pedal. It's going to be overlapping pedaling, so you're going to push the notes down first and then the pedal. And then when you change the pedal, it'll be right after you play the note. It's just an instant after. It looks like it's right on it. It's not really right on it. It's just an instant after. It's very close. If you want to hear the phrasing, lift up with the right hand for the phrases. Experiment with that. Do you like that sound or not? But whether you hear the phrasing or not, you still feel the phrasing. You'll still lift up in the right hand. So at the beginning, it's... Now, third line down, first measure. You don't need to pedal that measure, really. If you want the overtones, then you have to pedal it and you have to change it with every beat. I just don't like that. That's too much. So I prefer not to pedal that measure. The same thing with the last measure, the third line. I don't pedal that measure either. And in the fourth line down, second measure, I only pedal the first 2 beats. I lift it up so I want to hear that, and I don't need to pedal that beat because I can connect them with the hands. So let's start with the third line down, the last 2 measures. It's here. So you got to hold that down. Last line, third measure, I don't pedal that measure. And in the next measure, I don't pedal the third beat. I don't need it. I don't want that. So the last line. That's all. It keeps it a little cleaner. to play it with you very slowly to double check the notes and the rhythms and all. I'm not going to do any dynamics. So we will do the repeat, and I will do the 8VA in the right hand. So I'll give us 2 counts because we come in on beat 3. Ready, go.